And so everyone, we were right that probably the most iconic anime of all time with the anime review, Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, I really want to take a lot of time with doing this review given how iconic the series is. And so yeah, and yeah, I know it's weird to be talking about Dragon Ball Z first and not the original Dragon Ball, but yeah, I wanted to get Dragon Ball Z out of the way first and then move on to Dragon Ball Super, and maybe I'll go on to doing Dragon Ball at some point. I'm not sure when, but I will eventually. And so yeah, I really want to talk about. So yeah, next after we're doing Naruto and Full Metal Ultimate reviews, I really want to move on to Dragon Ball next, given how iconic and popular this series is. And yeah, honestly, the way it's like I said before in my manga and anime collection video, I got into this series back in February in 2017 when I saw some reviews for it online, and I really wanted to do my own review just get into it myself. And yeah, I'm really glad I did because this series is really, really great. Although I'm not gonna lie, this series, in my opinion, is really overrated. Just for me, I know. There are a lot of things about it I absolutely love, and I have a lot of the same opinion on it that a lot of people do when it comes to the things that are good about it. But I'm not gonna lie, there are a lot of things that do bother me about this series, but I'll get into them when I get into those. For now, let's just focus on talking about the series itself. So as I said, Dragon Ball Z is easily the most popular anime and manga of all time. And it's not hard to see why, given how the series originally started in 1984, and it's still doing even now, since it was all done by Akira Toriyama, who started the manga all the way back then, and then in 1986 it began with the anime began with the original anime, and then in 1989 it began Dragon Ball Z, which was easily the most iconic out of anything in the Dragon Ball series. And yeah, and even nowadays, even though it began back in the 80s, it just still kind of holds up even now. Kind of. Well, in my opinion, there are some things about it that don't necessarily hold up anymore. And actually, a friend of mine were even talking one day a long time ago how we were kind of making fun of it, of how if you really want to understand what the series is all about, all you have to do is just look at a person for a long time and read as well as you can, and you'll basically get it. It was such a small joke we both made up because this show has so much of both of those things. Face off and long and almost non-stop Raymond. But there's obviously a lot more to it than that. Like how the characters in this are probably the most iconic anime characters ever. And yeah, you'll never see any more iconic characters in an anime like Joe Vegeta, Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, and just a whole bunch of these other characters. And even a lot of the villains like Freeze, yeah, I've already met, and yeah, I do just love so many of these characters, especially Goku and Vegeta, and yeah, given how those two are like the most iconic anime duo of all time, that's really saying something. And I would say that my favorite actor in the series is the same with the two of them, with Sean Schemmel and Christopher Sabat. And almost every character has some interesting past with them especially just given how Goku and Vegeta are saying from another planet. And it's interesting when you watch it after you watch the original Dragon Ball and you're all of a sudden you're thrown in this new series that introduced to a whole bunch of things that weren't even brought up before in the original series. And I really love the interaction between the characters, especially after Vegeta becomes a good guy and you see a lot more of the interaction between him and they're really entertaining and a lot of fun and really funny a lot of the time. Although there are some characters I absolutely hate, like C and Bulma, because they're just absolutely, they're so annoying. But the most recognizable aspect about this series is the action. And there's so many iconic battles in this, especially when Goku goes Super Saiyan on Frieza for the first time on Namek. And a lot of the reason why this works so well is because the story has done such a great job building to this point. And really everything to do with the story and everything from the beginning of the series, like on Earth when Goku dies against Raditz, and then when he trains with Hentai, and then when he joins the battle on Earth against Vegeta and Rad and Nappa, and then when they eventually go to Namek, everything to do with the story up until this point is really, really excellent in my opinion. It's just so well written, and it's a lot of fun to watch. In fact, everything from the start of the series to the end of the Frieza saga is easily the best part of the whole show, and easily the most iconic. And I also like how it's Goku who fights off against Frieza at the end, especially since Frieza is also my favorite villain in the whole series. And everything that has to do with on Namek, with Gohan and Krillin trying to find the different Dragon Balls on Namek and helping Genji and Yuru, and just everything that happened between that and all the things that the characters think of during their fight with the Dragon Balls and all that. It's so well written and it's so well thought out as well. I'm always really impressed with how well thought out and how well planned this entire series is whenever I see this point. Because it is just so good. And not only, is it just really iconic with all the battles and the characters and all that, but it's also but there's already a lot of other things that are really iconic about the series as well, like all the different techniques they use, like the Kamehameha and the Final Flash and the Disruptor, the special beam, and then just all these different techniques that are now just so recognizable. Like even if you don't watch Dragon Ball Z itself, you still at least know what all these things are if you're an anime fan. So after the Frieza saga, we're immediately thrown back to Earth with Front being introduced. And I do really like Front. He's a really awesome character, and there's a lot of really cool moments with him. And I remember the first time I found out he was actually the son of Vegeta and Bulma. I remember that really shocked me when I found that out the first time. And this entire series with after he's introduced brings us into the Android saga. And I do really like this saga as well, especially around the time when Vegeta shows up with his own Super Saiyan form. That whole part was really cool, especially just seeing him fight androids, 1960, I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, and so, but there's a lot of great moments with him as well, especially just when he actually does this for the first time, and so, yeah, and I will admit, yes, I do like this saga, although the whole thing after Android 17 and 18 are introduced, I do like those characters, but I'm not gonna lie, I found the story at this point to be a bit boring for a while, just because there are points where it doesn't really feel like the plot is really going anywhere, it just kind of drags a bit on for a bit too long in my opinion, but it is still a lot of fun. There are still a lot of entertaining moments, especially after Cell is introduced and we get a whole bunch of moments with him. And yeah, that whole Cell saga definitely focuses a lot more on Johan, which I really like. I mean, I really like Johan as a character, and it was really cool when we get to see more attention for him. And then by the end of the saga, when we see Johan and Cell fight, and it's really, really awesome and easily like a super epic fight. I'm not really sure really what all of you would take from all of it, but it's easily which one you would all like, but in terms of the whole Goku versus Frieza or Johan versus Cell fight, I'm actually not really sure which one is my favorite, but there are still so many amazing moments from both of these action scenes, and yeah, I especially love at the end of the Johan versus Cell fight when it just becomes like a big beam radio with Johan and Cell, and then the G helps Johan out, and then he's just able to kill Cell. There are just so many amazing moments that just make the entire series so epic, and especially around that point, because at that, I'm not really sure exactly how people reacted with back then, obviously not, but nowadays there's still a lot of fun to talk about it, because no matter how you look at it, it's still such an iconic and popular moment, an epic moment as well, because you're watching this really awesome action scene, and it makes it even kind of more tragic after Goku sacrifices himself to save the Earth, even if he did also blow up in Kai and the other day. Well, so yeah, that part is on the tragic, on the funny as well. But it is still a really entertaining action scene. And yeah, and when I said that there are points in this series that don't hold up anymore, I'm talking about how some of the action scenes don't really hold up anymore because, in my opinion, they're good, but there are sometimes like when the Fifth Fury and just goes on and on and on, and a whole bunch of other things in the action scenes go on for a bit too long, and so yeah, I'm not really a fan when that happens, and so it can just make some of the action scenes a bit boring and feel like they go on for too long, but this saga did help do so many other things, especially just when developing the characters more, like, especially Johan, because we get to see him become Super Saiyan 2, with, like I said, this teen version of Johan is easily my favorite version of the character, and I love his interaction with everyone else, like Krillin and Piccolo, especially Piccolo. Yeah, if you've seen the series, then you probably already heard the joke about how Piccolo is more of a dad to Gohan than Goku is. And so yeah, it's really funny when you think about it. But even still, it's really fun seeing his different interaction with everyone, and I like his interaction between Goku and Gohan as well. They're really nice a lot of it time. And so yeah, whether or not you think the series should have ended after the Cell saga, that's kind of up to you depending on how you see it. Some people do think it should have ended there, and some people like how it kept going. But then after we got the Cell saga, we immediately went on to the Majin Buu saga. Although I'm not gonna lie, there are a lot of other things in the Cell saga I don't like how it produced is Mr. Satan, who honestly, I don't know whether or not people actually like him or not, but honestly, she's another character I just absolutely hate. I know she's supposed to be just a comic relief character, but he really annoys me a lot of the time. And so when they kind of spend a lot of time focusing on him for comedy, it's just really annoying and feels like such a waste of time in my opinion. I really can't stand him at all. And so yeah, that's one of the reasons why I prefer the Frieza saga over this one, because you don't have as many of those annoying moments. But even still, there are still, but even taking him out, there are still a lot of amazing moments in this series as well. And even if I don't think all the action in this series holds up that well, there are still so many amazing moments in the action, and especially given the fact that this was done like in the early 90s, this is like really impressive action scenes. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Dragon Ball Z was the first action anime to do like real proper hand-to-hand combat and an action anime. And yeah, and if it is, then that's really impressive given how many amazing action scenes there are in this series. And so yeah, it was really nice when we got to see the ending of this series. It felt like this saga with everyone saying goodbye to Trunks, and you can see that after Goku dies, he just kind of passed his mantle on to Gohan. And I like that. And I originally did like that idea, like as it was going on with that. And so yeah, the show saga was really an awesome aspect of the show as well. However, after the whole show saga, which was really great in its own right, then we immediately move on to like the Majin Buu saga, which honestly, I'm just gonna say right now, is a saga I really hate. There are definitely some good moments in this saga, and I do enjoy parts of it, but I'm not gonna lie, I really don't like the Majin Buu saga at all. But mostly just because a lot of it goes on for way too long, and a lot of it is just really annoying. And so, yeah, so you're not gonna lie, yes, it was cool when Goku showed up at the end, but the whole thing with Mr. Satan and the whole thing with like the martial art tournament and everyone cheering him on, yeah, that whole part was just really annoying for me. But also in terms of someone like Joe, it was also annoying to see other characters in this. There was like Johan, who I really don't like Johan after the whole Cell saga. He was really awesome there, and in my opinion, that's where his character peaked. But then afterwards, his character went really downhill in my opinion. I really hate Johan after the Cell saga. Mostly because the whole like him as an adult, and then like him with the whole Great Saiyaman stuff, and the whole thing with him and Videl. I really don't like that at all. In fact, the whole thing with Videl, like, well, like, I do like her nowadays, but back when we first see her, I really don't like her at all, just because, again, she's just really annoying as well. But in fact, yeah, that's something else about this series that kind of gets to me as well. When I usually hear so many people talking so positively about this series, but then when they start talking about like all these other characters, but in my opinion, a lot of them do really get on my nerves, like how after Gohan became an adult, he just went downhill and just became kind of useless after a while. Because honestly, when you really think about it, everything to do with Gohan after the show saga just made him out to be really weak and useless when you think about it. And yeah, there are a lot of moments in this the show that is wow. And I also don't like all the how this saga just goes on and on and on and on and on. It just goes on for way too long in my opinion. Mostly because a lot of the action scenes also go on for way too long. And but okay, before I get into that, I will say there are, like I said, there are some things in this I like. Like the whole thing with when Vegeta turned goes into Majin Vegeta and he let Bobby control him and he has that fight with Goku. Yeah, that whole part was really, really cool. And I did like the ending of it as well. But even as we're reaching that ending, I really don't like everything that happened after Vegeta sacrificed himself. Like, everything to do with Vegeta and Goku in this is mostly really good. But I don't like the whole everything else that happened. Especially teaching Goten and Front how to do the fusion dance. I also just goes on and his Front himself as well just kind of annoys me as well. I will admit I do like Goten. He is kind of likable, but and yeah, I do like him. He's fine, but his Front is a bit too obnoxious for me to really like him. But there's a lot of other things that go on like this series as well, like how we have a whole Mr. Satan and Majin Buu bonding thing that also just goes on for way too long in my opinion. And again, there's just so many things in this saga that feels like such a waste of time in my opinion. Yes, we do get a lot of great moments, especially after Goku and Vegeta team up against Super Buu. Like everything, almost everything with that was mostly really good, and I really like the idea of Goku and Vegeta on the world of the Kai and fighting his Buu there. That whole part was really great there with the two of them fighting Buu there, but everything before that just went on for way too long and was just really annoying in my opinion. I really didn't like a lot of the things we got with this saga. So really, I do really like this series, but in my opinion, it really failed with the ending. And even still, there were a lot of great moments. Like I say, I do really like the whole Goku and Vegeta versus his Buu on the world of the Kai thing, and the whole thing with Goku using a spirit bomb against his Buu was really great in my opinion. I love that part. But even then, I didn't like the actual ending, like when we go into the future and then we see what everyone's life is like and then Goku leaves with Oob. I didn't like that part at all either. Overall, the ending for Dragon Ball Z was really disappointing in my opinion. But even still, I don't think that should take away anything from like earlier in the series because everything up until that point was really entertaining and really awesome. And yeah, again, even if I don't like the ending, I can definitely appreciate the series for everything that happened before that because it is still like really entertaining and you can easily see why people get so into this series. And and even still we have a whole bunch of these other characters who are really entertaining to watch as well. So I can definitely appreciate the series for that. And so that's my review of Dragon Ball Z. But probably, I know this wasn't really the best review you'll ever see of Dragon Ball Z, but I did just want to get my general thoughts on about this show. Yeah, but even still, even if I don't consider it to be my absolute favorite anime of all time, and there are some things about it I don't like very much, I still really love so much about this series, like so many of the characters and a lot of the action scenes and the stories leading up to the ending before the ending actually happened. But I can definitely see how this inspired so many of their anime to be created, and I think that's definitely the one thing I appreciate about this series more than anything else. The fact that it did pave the way for so many amazing other anime to be made, and especially since so many of them are already some of my favorite stories of all time. And so, yeah, I went to back my review for Dragon Ball Z. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all like this video. If you did like this video, then please like this video. Please comment down below to tell me what you think. Please follow me on Twitter at Daniel Maloney, and Disney fan, where I do Kingdom Hearts and Disney please every day, and please subscribe for more content like this coming soon, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.